What's up, leaders? Welcome to another episode of Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today we're talking about leading from within. This is basically talking about how you engage and collaborate as a leader within the team. I got an interesting email the other day, somebody talking about his team and telling me that the team is failing and he can't figure out how to get them to do it right, and they keep doing all this wrong stuff, and no matter what he tries, they keep failing. We've talked about this a few times on the channel, and I want to just keep bringing it back up and kind of keep bringing the new angles that I hear from email and from social media and things like that to kind of make sure that we're all on the same page of what I think a leader is. And when you're a leader, you're not a leader of the team, you're a leader in the team. So you're part of the team. There is no they, them, there's us and we. We're all part of the team. We're all together. You are not only responsible, you are accountable to the success and failures of the team. So when you become a leader, you are not only leading the team, you are part of the team. And anybody else that connects to that team in a leadership capacity, like if you have like a product owner, a scrum master, or a product manager, or a project manager that are in a leadership role of some sort within the team, then they're also accountable to that team. So there's no they, them, it's us and we, all of you. Anybody that is part of the team, whether they're actually doing the day-to-day work or they're supporting the day-to-day work, are part of the team. So if they're failing, you're also failing. There's no world where a leader on a team is succeeding and their team is failing. That's not a thing. You're failing as a team or you're succeeding as a team. And your leadership ability rides and dies with your team's ability to deliver. If you have a bunch of teams that keep failing, eventually you're going to get fired because you're not doing a good job as a leader. So when this person was saying that their team keeps failing, no matter what they do, that team keeps failing, they have not put themselves in that team and felt the pain that's going on or the discomfort that's going on, or they're not recognizing the dysfunction they're putting on the team. While this email didn't go into specifics about how they interact with the team, it's pretty easy to kind of make a guess in that there's probably some discontent happening within the team. Now, what that is specifically, I can only guess at, but as a leader, it's important to make sure that they have all the information they need. Make sure that there's no blockers. Make sure that you're not being the person that's holding them up by not knocking out those blockers or by trying to force them to do things that don't make sense or push them in a direction that doesn't align to the company values or to the project values or to what the actual end goal of the project is. If there's anything happening amongst the rest of your other peer leaders in the group, whether that's your project manager or your product owner or your scrum master or whatever, if any of that's happening and you're feeling frustration there, they're getting mixed messages from that leadership group and you're not a unified front, that's hurting them. You guys are all hurting yourselves as a team. So we need to work together to figure out what's working and what's not working. And that starts by building trust. And that's not easy to do when you're already in a situation where you're saying that the team is failing and you're not taking ownership for that. So I would start there and say, I know we've been struggling lately. Let's talk about what we can do to make this better. That's a great starting spot. And sometimes that can happen in one-on-ones, depending on what your team dynamics are. Sometimes you can do that in a group meeting. I would recommend starting one-on-ones and say hey, well, how can I help us get to where we need to go? What do you feel like is not working for us as a team? What can I do as a leader to help push this forward? What can we do as a team to kind of work together more effectively? Is there pieces that are missing? Start having those conversations in your one-on-one. Start asking people what they think can help. Hopefully you get answers that are helpful and you can start working on those. When you do, take action. This is not a time to wait and sit and ask for permission. It's time for you to start taking action and getting things. Especially if you're hearing the same thing from multiple people, it's important to make sure that you're making moves. Take the information they're giving you and start making moves, getting it done. Now, let's say that you have those one-on-ones, you're asking those questions, and they're all going, no, I think everything's fine. You're the problem. That's going to sound real bad, but it is. You're the problem. They're not telling you what's going on in the team and you're all failing, well, then that's the problem's you. Whether it's trust, empathy, or both, you don't have that foundation built within the team. So now it's on you to figure out how to build that. Which let me tell you is going to be very difficult. It's going to be one of the most difficult things. I'll link a couple of trust episodes down below, but you have to focus on the building a foundation of trust and empathy. That's your main goal first. That's the only way to get this team back to health. You're not going to be able to will them through it. You're not going to be able to control them through it. You're not going to power them through it. They're at a point now where you have to be part of the team and start looking around and asking questions that are pertinent to what's going on right now. Looking for clues that might be pissing people off or might be frustrating or might be making people not trust you. It probably starts with you being part of the team. Is probably the foundational issue is that you're saying they're failing when you're all failing. So start there, show them that you're part of the team, and start building that trust and empathy. Hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please hit me up, Jason at leadfromhere.co. Otherwise, take care.